Its home in New York's West Soho district captures the modern, progressive approach of which OTC Markets Group is proud. From here and its offices in Washington, D.C., the company's mission is to develop and operate a global securities marketplace platform for broker-dealers, companies, and investors. By driving price transparency, linking a community of competing broker-dealers that provide liquidity and execution services, and delivering the information to enable investors to analyze risks and discover opportunity, they believe they will build a superior marketplace for their market participants. It's led by a former trader who was frustrated by the lack of efficiency and transparency in the OTC marketplace.
OTC used to mean opaque trading club. It was a closed market. It was unavailable to investors to see what was taking place, and it was very inefficient. So we bought a company called National Quotation Bureau that had published a directory to the OTC markets, and we took that electronic and we talked to the largest NASDAQ market makers, and we looked at what technology was needed to make it so they could trade a security that was OTC as efficiently as a security that was on NASDAQ. And we built a platform that allowed them to publish their best prices, see everyone else's best prices, and electronically trade directly with each other. And that just transformed the market. That's incredibly disruptive, and that's a game changer.
With more than 10,000 companies on OTC Markets platform, the company trades more than $200 billion in dollar volume. It has 3 tiers. Launched in 2007, OTCQX, the intelligent marketplace for the best OTC companies, includes more than 300 world-class companies. OTCQB, the venture marketplace for companies that are current in their reporting with a U.S. regulator, while OTC Pink is an open marketplace for a wide spectrum of equity securities. This tiered system has brought order and information for the 10,000-plus companies that trade on their electronic platform.
OTC Markets has created a marketplace rich in technology. They've invested a ton of money and a ton of time, and they've asked industry professionals, what do you want to see? What would make this a better marketplace? What would make this more efficient? And they've listened to us, and what they've come back with is a tremendous product. New rollout after new rollout, it just keeps getting better. Cromwell Coulson at OTC Markets has done an incredible job as an ex-trader himself, envisioning where the over-the-counter markets place could go. Generally, we see in OTCQX companies more liquidity. We see more institutional interest. We see greater amount of market makers in the stocks. We see more retail flow in companies that trade OTCQX.
1/5 of the company's clients are international names, such as Adidas, Danone, Lufthansa, Marks & Spencer, Roche, and Yamaha, with a primary listing in their own countries. By accepting foreign disclosure in English and offering a membership that costs significantly less than the exchanges, OTC Markets Group says these businesses are saving up to $25 million.
The biggest challenge we had was getting buy-in in providing more for less. That's really what this particular product line that I'm working on has been offering issuers. What's really interesting is that companies that are domiciled outside of the U.S. have their own local reporting standards. There's no reason to duplicate that. And what we do is we allow them an extension of transferring that information directly to the U.S. And we have securities that can be traded in real time in U.S. dollars between the hours of 9:30 and 4. And that's what makes it attractive, because U.S. investors want to get more product outside of the U.S. And all we're doing is we're providing good information for that to happen, so investors can find value and own those shares that aren't U.S. domiciled.
I would consider ourselves an information technology first and foremost. So everything we do here, a lot of our resources go into R&D, application development, setting up the proper infrastructure.
At a time when U.S. investors are increasingly looking internationally, OTC Markets Group believes it's offering them as much connectivity to unlisted stocks as exchanges do. Smaller businesses can grow and be spotted on OTCQX, it says, pointing to the success of companies who have doubled their market capital over several years.
What we're doing is we're bringing the small cap company back. We're offering new capital formation, we're offering new transparency, we're offering better ways to operate a small company that in the past 10 years has been diminished by the marketplace. And what we've done here is a very good job of taking a small team, an idea, and then commercializing it into a product that people love.
OTC Markets is different in a way that we use a community of people to try to solve problems. And that is a huge shift between the exchange being the solution provider for everything, that they are going to solve every single problem for a company, but recognizing that advisors and broker-dealers and investors and companies can all build a better marketplace by coming together and putting more information into the market and figuring out how to create liquidity in unique ways.
Those advisors are investment banks and lawyers who support the greater flexibility offered by the OTC platform.
The advantages of the OTCQX are that issuers and their advisors can work cooperatively on the substantive disclosure that they believe best advises and informs the investing public of the business opportunity that they present without the burdens that the SEC requires by their statutory framework.
We see nothing but blue sky ahead for the QX, and that will translate into more activity, good activity, and more business for the investment bankers and for the attorneys, and most importantly, the investors are getting a very, very fair shake here by getting a window into companies that they might not otherwise see.
Priding itself on exceptional customer service from a highly motivated team that cares about its clients, OTC Markets Group says it will remain disruptive to improve the quality of disclosure for over-the-counter trading.
One of the biggest achievements is changing the OTC markets so more and more small companies, more international companies can take advantage of the liquidity that's available from investors of trading in the OTC markets. That's a really exciting opportunity. So for us, we're just beginning to build a better marketplace.